Welcome, my friends from around the world, to another live broadcast, an international live broadcast with the world's #1 problem gambling annihilator. This is Solutions, Micro Steps, Finding Solutions and Answers with your breakthrough coach out of Stockton, California. I hope that you're doing very well, my friend, wherever you find yourself today around the world. We're going to take a few minutes here on this broadcast. I'm going to do my best to try and answer your questions. Hopefully, you'll challenge me with a question or two. Hopefully, I can challenge you. We're here to build character. We're here to turn on the light. We are here to be kind of like a sponge to absorb something positive, something that's going to help us progress forward. So welcome, my friends. And what it is, it is Wednesday. I want to welcome those of you that are here already. It's been a wonderful week. Eric, welcome to the broadcast. Nick, welcome to the broadcast. Looks like we're getting a little slow of a start. And that's okay. I'm here and we're here. So, what are we going to talk about on this broadcast tonight? What are we going to discuss? What are we going to find? What would be of utmost importance for us tonight to really think about before we maybe go to sleep or get into our next project? What can we discuss on this Solutions and Answers live broadcast tonight? By the way, it's December the 9th. A couple more weeks and we're going to be into the new year, 2021. How can we stay in the day? I'm not too sure what that's. Maybe, Eric, you can break that question down. How can we stay in the day? Help me understand. Learn me something. I do have a thought I'm going to share maybe towards the middle of the program. Just a little bit of a warning, if you will. A warning. We'll share that a little bit later as we progress towards the program. Well, let's turn on the light, my friends. Did you turn on your light this morning when you got up? Did you turn it on? Or did you forget to turn on the switch? Sometimes we forget to turn on the switch and we get caught red-handed during the day, huh? Oh, man, I forgot to flip the switch this morning. Let me turn it on right now before it gets worse. Flip. By the way, I'm playing your superhero in the background. Unknown Brain, Superhero, featuring Chris Linton. Non-copyrighted music. So YouTube really can't hit me hard on this. Even though sometimes they do try to hit me up on non-copyright music. Well, how can we stay in the day? Okay, now I understand what you're trying to say. In other words, how can we focus? How can we stay focused on what we need to be doing, what we should be doing? There are so many, there's so many little distractions. Some of them are kind of ridiculous distractions, but some of them are more serious distractions. And you, my friend, you have a job. And I'm talking to all of us. You have a job. Your job is to decipher. Where are you going? Where are you going? I ask myself this question all the time because sometimes we really think that we're headed in the right direction and we're not. We have to really, really investigate these things because what happens? We end up finding ourselves going down the wrong path and then we got to backtrack. Sometimes it's not easy to backtrack. Sometimes people give up on themselves and they don't backtrack. They just give up on themselves. Jim, Nick has a great thought here. Eric, it's really about mind control. It really is. It's about mind control, controlling your thoughts. Now, there's a process to doing that. You'll hear me talk about this all the time. Mind, mouth, power. Unfortunately, most people that listen to me, they don't take any notes. And you say, well, what is the big deal of taking notes? It's a big deal, my friend, because it's going to get you out of that hamster wheel that you might find yourself in. Thank you, Jim, for the donation. Appreciate that. And let me see. Nick has a thought here. Definitely. What a year it's been. Hope to help the mission next year, Santos. Let's start 2021 with a bang and do awesome things. I agree. New Year's resolutions. Now's the time to start writing them down. Not just thinking about them. Right. Hey, here's a good one. It's right to write. Does that make sense? That was a good one, huh? It's right to write. I feel like my path gets blurry because it's the first time I've gone down this road without gambling. Oh, you're in a good place, my friend. When gambling is gone, when gambling is behind us, great things can be had. When we still struggle, I had he's not a young man, he's an older guy, a little bit of an older guy, having some issues with gambling online. The casinos, most of them are shut down. You can still gamble online. And that's just as dangerous because, in fact, that'll even take your money quicker. Because you really can't see it. Unlike in the casino, you can see your transactions. You can print those little tickets, coupons, and stuff like that. So at least you're visually seeing something. Online, you don't have the ticket. It's more of an illusion. And my friend, you'll get sucked right in. And I hope that you're watching the broadcast. I know you know who I am, right? On Instagram, TikTok. Of course, I'm not going to say a name because I don't know if you're here. I invited you to the broadcast. Dangerous. Online gambling. It's like a double-edged sword because you're at home. It's convenient. You can do it. Danger. Yeah, two rights can't make a wrong. That's right, my friend. Jim says, I have that too, Eric. Been having a bit of a panic attack last few hours, so used to it now, but one's anxiety isn't due to watching bets. Mind control, my friends. Believe. You must believe. You must believe that you can control your mind. You must believe. If you don't get to that place where you believe that you can control your mind, then you become double-minded. And in fact, the Bible says in James, I believe it's James chapter 1, verse 8, it says the double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. Think about that. Unstable. We may not feel like we may not feel like we're unstable. We may not feel like it because we're blinded. We're completely blinded. What happens is and I see this because when I speak to people, I listen to their word. I listen to their conversation. When I talk to people, I'm really focused on what they're saying, because out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. If you want to know what your real problems are, listen to what you're saying. Just listen to what you're saying. Dissect your language. Mind, mouth, power. You could be using it in reverse. Was it Eric that said, how do we stay in the present? How do we stay in the day? By practicing mind, mouth, power. Really, practicing mind. That's how you stay in the present. Lou Man, welcome to the broadcast. There's Tony Tran and Jim West has joined us. Let me see. Tony Tran, welcome to the broadcast. Do not have double-minded. That's correct. Bible warns against it. Exactly. A lot of people are walking around with a double mind. I mean, I'm talking about completely sucked in a vacuum. And at times, I feel that double-mindedness. I feel it at times, and I have to step back and just kind of let things go for a minute and say, wait a minute. And when I step back, and usually I'll write, or I'll meditate, or I will conversate with myself in front of the mirror. Since I'm so used to this, I've practiced it so much, I get answers and I get direction immediately these days. Well, quicker than I used to. Double-minded, what is double-minded? It's confusion. A double-minded person is very unstable. A double-minded person is depressed. A double-minded person really doesn't know himself or herself. It's impossible to be walking around with two heads and really know the proper direction in life. Android, welcome to the broadcast. Android, I just can't stop gambling. I think there is no way out. You can believe that. You can believe that if you want to. Think about it. You're believing, right? If you believe you can't stop, was it Henry Ford? I believe it was Henry Ford Or it might have been some other guy or a woman that said, if you believe you can, you can. If you believe you can't, you believe you can't. Either way, you're believing either you can or you can't. And we are programmed most of the time to believe that we can't. That's the way we're programmed, right? Mind, mouth power is working in reverse. I don't believe. I have a hard time. I can't see it. It really is a choice. It really is a choice. But you don't know this because you're not getting the right information. We're being influenced by all of these things outside. I mean, who do you believe today? Who can you believe today, honestly? I was thinking about this last week. I've been doing a lot of homework and studying a few projects, money-making projects. And I'll tell you, when it comes to change, when it comes to building business, when it comes to work, when it comes to your reputation, your sanity, your peace, your tranquility, your power, your life, my friend, you need to do your due diligence, because we are getting involved with too many wrong people. We're getting involved with too many wrong experiences. We're going down the wrong path because we're listening to the wrong messages. And of course, we're talking about double-mindedness, right? A man, as it says in James chapter 1, verse 8, a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. Romans 12, 1 and 2, I believe, says this: be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. It all starts here, right here. Your ideas, your direction, your victory, it all stems from here, right here. Jim, let me see. Santos, could someone do a ritual to lose one of the minds? Sure. Maybe a walk to a park and make that action of leaving. It's a mind thing. I mean, there's a lot of psychological things that you could do with your mind and with your mouth. You could write all your problems, or at least a good majority of your problems. You can write them all on a piece of paper and take a walk out to the woods, maybe a bigger piece of paper, write out your problems or what it is that you want, put them on paper, and then light that paper on fire and just stare at that and think about what it is that you're burning. Think about what it is that you're burying. Think about what it is that you're destroying. Psychologically, these kinds of things can help you if you practice them. And if you practice them and if you believe, because something like this is a ritual, it's kind of a psychological, mental thing that you can do for yourself. But if you don't believe it'll work, it won't work. It won't happen because you won't take action. And then you'll be miserable and you'll complain. And that just makes the situation even worse. Again, mind, mouth, power in reverse. Complainers, people that are, I'm not talking about complaining once in a while. We all do that. I'm talking about gripers, man. Whiners, people that have a spirit of complaining all the time. We come out of that. You come out of that, and then you try to help other people. When you're on the outside looking in, it seems really easy, right? It does, because you're on the outside looking in. And most people are on the inside trying to look out. So association, the people that you associate with and the experiences that you make for yourself are going to contribute to your power, to your elevation. Mind, mouth power can only work effectively when it's moving forward, when you're conscious of what you're thinking, when you're conscious of what you're saying. Anyways, we're going to be back here on Friday. We will be back here on Friday at 7 p.m. I'm going to ask to support the mission in any way that you can. So I really want to thank those of you that are supporting the mission. Appreciate all of you guys that are doing this. You're supporting me. You're supporting me. You're supporting my life mission. And I want you to know that. I want to thank you for doing that. Having a life mission, it's one of the greatest experiences that you can have, knowing where you want to go in life, knowing that you're doing something that's going to leave a legacy. That's a life mission. And that will become your focus in front of all these other things that might be distracting you or that are distracting you. Dennis, welcome to the broadcast. Dennis, let me see. And was it Kevin? Looks like Kevin, Mr. Kevin. Hey, Santos. Hello, everybody. How y'all doing tonight? And I'm doing super fantastic, terrific, over the top. Super fantastic, terrific, over the top, in spite of and because of. In spite of all the challenges and difficulties and all of these things that are happening. They're just, why are they happening to me? Why not to me? Right? You wish it to happen to somebody else? No. That's how we grow. That's how we grow. That's how we glow. We don't stay low. We reach for more. Hey, Dennis, thanks for the donation there, buddy. Whatever that is. Super sticker. I'm not too sure what those. You're going to have to help me on that one, Dennis. Android roulette. That's another. Here's a good one for roulette. Roulette de tête. It makes you fret because you place too many bet. So let it go, not slow, but fast, so that it becomes part of your past, and every day you can have a blast. Does that make sense? Here we go. All right, Rob, welcome to the broadcast. What is tonight's topic? Tonight's topic is micro-stepping, my friend. Micro-stepping, finding solutions and answers. Do you need an answer? Why are you here? Why are you here on this broadcast? Why are you here? Just to be here, have a good time, possibly have a laugh? Why are you here? You got to know why you're here. You got to know what you're doing, why you're doing. Right? If you question gambling, if you're a gambler and you question gambling, will that help you if you started questioning gambling instead of just blindly going along with your temptations? Oh, there's a temptation. Boom. Let me follow that one. Oh, here's another temptation. Boom. Let me follow that one. 2 weeks later, you're looking at your bank account and you're in the negative $300 or $1,000. You get a temptation, boop, expect them to come. They're going to come, my friend. They're going to come. They're going to show up. They're hiding around the corner, underneath your car. They're trying to get through your windows in the house. So expect the temptations to come. They're going to be there. But you'll be prepared for them. See, when you know that it's going to come, now I'm going to be prepared for it. So boop, it pops up. No. If I go there, what's going to happen? If I go there, if I do this, what's going to happen? What's going to happen? question, challenge. Get rid of the double-mindedness. Anyways, I'm preaching a little bit. Santos leaves casinos in the dust. The casino. Yeah. It's the buzz and fulfillment. Let me see. Why I remember only my winnings and not the losses caused due to gambling. We remember what we want to remember. We remember what we want to remember. Sometimes the mind is not disciplined enough, so the mind will work on its own and will try to remind us of things that the mind believes is important, but yet we're like, wait a minute, I don't want to do this. But the mind says, this is good for you. You've been doing it for 5 years. What do you mean you don't want to do this? I can't just reverse this. You've been doing this for 5 years. You see that debate that you have with your mind, you have to overcome that debate and you have to say, no, I'm in control here. Those of you that have been following me, I put up a video the other day and I talked about, in fact, I've been talking about this for the last couple of weeks, 3 times a day, that you would remind yourself, I am in control of my life. I'm in control of my decisions. If I make a bad decision, I'm going to pay the price for it because I made that bad decision. If I make a good decision over here, I'm going to reap the benefits of that good decision. Why? Because I'm in control. I am in control. You remind yourself of that morning, at noon, and before you go to bed. What's going to happen to your life if you believe that? If you started believing that what you say to yourself, that you're in control of your decisions. If you were to believe that, if you began to believe that, how would that impact your life? How would that impact your life? Is that something that you need? The ability to believe that you are in control? Mind, mouth power, connection. You have it. It's your gift. Oh, I got hit for the Latin music. I got hit for the Latin music the other day, so I have to be very careful. Laura, welcome to the broadcast. Good to see you here. I hope that Mark is doing well. And let me see. We only remember the winnings. If we write down the losses, it will turn into a dictionary. What a horror film. Yeah, it's like we've got a lot of trophies we've got trophies in life because you have made successes in life. You have a wall, the wall of fame, right? You got trophies, mental trophies there. You can go back and think about the things that you've done that were difficult, that you were able to overcome, that you didn't think you could. Mental trophies. But we also have the wall. We have the wall of fame, but we also have the wall of shame, right? There's a lot of stuff on that wall of shame. And most people are focused on the wall of shame. So what do you need to do? You need to call in a construction crew, knock that wall down, and reconstruct another wall. So now you have 2 walls, right? One, you have an existing wall of fame, and you have a new wall of fame. You start throwing stuff onto there. Every time that you go through some difficulty, you remind yourself of what you've gone through, what you've been able to overcome. Focus on the wall of fame. Does this make sense to you guys, what I'm sharing? Does it make sense, guys, what I'm sharing here? And I've learned these things from others, what I'm sharing with you. I practice every day, so I just share it, man. It works very well for me. I'm extremely happy every day. Do I go through pain? I go through pain all the time. Some of you guys don't know this, but I suffer from three bulging discs in my lower back. Some days I'm in severe pain. But that's not my focus. And there's other areas of my life where I have. But you know what? I focus every day on the positives and on the joy, on the strength and the grace, and on the fact that I've been able to free myself completely from problem gambling, online scratchers. What did I play in the casino? Mostly, I didn't play roulette. I played some dice. I rolled some dice. Maybe I might have played cards once or twice. But my gig was the slut machine, man. Those things had such a grip on me. And now that I'm completely free from that, life is amazing. Life is amazing. And I'll tell you one thing, I won't ever give this up. I don't care how good the casinos look. I don't care what kind of an offer they give me through the mail or through my email. They're all very enticing, especially those little toasters that they give you for your your bagels, right? They got these really neat looking toasters that you can put your bagels in. Come on now. Freedom is better. Wake up in the mornings. I've got my businesses that I'm working, that I'm building from the ground up. Businesses that I've built, multiple streams of income that I've built from the ground up that I'm still working on. Who knows where all of this will go? But in the meantime, I'll face my challenge. And you know what? I'm sharing this with those of you that are listening, because it may not be problem gambling that you're struggling with. It might be something else that you are struggling. There might be another type of thorn in your flesh, and you're here and you're listening to the sound of my voice and you're thinking, and I'm hoping that you become inspired. I hope that you become motivated. I hope that you become convicted inside yourself. Get to that place where you say, you know what? I got to know who I am. I got to know who I am. I got to know my purpose. I got to find it. I'll die trying. I will die trying. All right, my friends. Boy, I'm really going at it tonight. By the way, Jim, I'm not sure, you probably have some books out there in Chicago. I don't know. I'm pretty sure you still have some of those books. The Little Red Book. A big shout out to Nick, who believe he purchased quite a few of these books. So if you still have some and you guys are close to Chicago, you might want to reach out to Nick. Maybe he could, send them a shipping charge, and he can send you one of these books. I'm encouraging you to get this book and read it, study it. It's a short book. It's easy to read, but there's some really good text in here. And if you want to prepare yourself before the new year, we've got New Year's resolutions coming. If you want to prepare yourself to be completely free before the new year, now is the psychological time to start doing it. Now is the time because we know this, right? New Year's resolutions, people are getting fired up, that energy. Okay, well, take advantage of this trend, but mix it with faith, mix it with belief, and say, you know what, this time, come January, because most people lose their, it's like 95% of resolutionists stop by January 15th or February 15th. Or is it March? It's typically the 90-day mark that really shows us who we really are. It's the 90-day mark. For some, it's 60 days. Why not get a head start on your New Year's resolutions right now, tonight, right here, my friend, while you got a little bit of faith going on inside you, man? Mind, mouth, power. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, my friend, this is life. Hang around, you'll get some. soldiersofselfmastery.com. Right there. Right there. Gabino Barrera. Hey, welcome to the broadcast. We are at the 30-minute mark. We're getting ready to wind down a little bit here. If you missed a broadcast, listen, this has been a great broadcast. I believe it's been an encouraging broadcast. I'm going to encourage you to watch the broadcast over again. Rewatch it. You'll get more out of it. And remember to take some notes. Take some notes. Notes. It's right to write. Or two rights don't make a wrong. It's right to write. Yes, it does feel good, Rob. It feels excellent. It feels, imagine for 32 plus years on and off. I didn't gamble for 32 years straight, but I gambled on and off for about that time frame. And to be free from that 32-year prison, think about that with me. You think is there a possibility that you would go back? Hell no. Not in my book. It's about burning every bridge. You can't look back. It's like you got to break the transmission in your spiritual life. Reverse is broken. It's only drive, man. That's all you have. People get in your car. They say, what's wrong with your reverse? I don't go back anymore. I burned all them bridges. Well, you need reverse. No, you don't. I got a rear view mirror. I can use that once in a while. I need the drive gear, right? 1, 2, 3. Forward, 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 man. Forward, forward, forward with tenacity. With tenacity, with drive, with will, man. With energy. And if it's all by yourself, so be it. So be it. Life. All right, my friends, I'm going to be taking probably one more question before we begin to wind down. Thank you. Yeah. Human nature. Listen, if you want to really know about human nature, read this book. How it talks about when we're born, right from the womb. As soon as we be born from the womb, we start to speak lies and different things. Why? Because it's in our nature. Unfortunately, we're fallen creatures. And, that's why it's so easy for us to get addicted to stuff, because they're like magnets. Right? It's easier for us to do the things, the sinful things. It's just easier for us to do. But then to do the right things, man, it's a battle. It's like, but who are you fighting? Honestly, you're fighting you. You're fighting yourself. There's another verse in the Bible that says that we don't wrestle against flesh and blood, but we wrestle against principalities, against powers, against rulers of the darkness. We're wrestling against things we can't see. But in particular, you're wrestling against your own thoughts. And you got to dominate, my friend. You have to dominate. You must dominate. If you don't dominate, you will just have problems all the time. I'm not saying that your problems are going to go away, but you will dominate your problems. Instead of looking for problems, you'll see the opportunities. When the problem shows up, you'll see the opportunity. You fix your mind, you train your mind. I was listening to Elon Musk, the founder of Tesla, SpaceX, sending spaceships to Mars, and he was talking about the grid, the AI brain that is being built today. There's a web, it's a brain, It is a brain, but it's not an organic human brain. It is artificial intelligence. And that thing is growing very rapidly. And they say that we will become subject to that brain in the near future. Now, I don't know if I'll be here to see that. I hope that we don't ever get to that place. We must prepare now to control this thing in our own lives. So these are the technologies that we're up against and all of these things. And believe me, you and I are magnificent creatures, man. We're just so magnificent that we don't realize it. We're well put together. We are magnificent creatures. The problem is that we just don't realize it. I've seen people without arms and legs. I've seen people that have had and we've met them all. How do they go on? How do they function with half a face, with no mouth? And it's mind mouth power, my friend. Mind mouth power. You have to have that spirit inside you to be able to go through all of these things. All right, I'm done. I'm out of juice. I'm not out of notes or quotes. I have no boats. Maybe someday I'll have a yacht. Maybe not. Maybe I'll just keep doing my mission, fishing, help you on the other side across the world, internationally, locally. All right, my friends. Mr. Keevan. Casino executes mentally and tortures me mostly and destroyed me financially. Causes, yeah. Truth. That's what it does. That's why we have to fight against it. All right, Kevin, welcome. I want to thank you for being here tonight. I appreciate all of you guys for being on the broadcast tonight. You've made my night. You've challenged me a little bit. Have I learned something on this broadcast? You bet I have. So I want to thank each and every one of you guys. Kevin, there's Rob, Kevin, Rob, Jim, Laura, Eric, Terminator. Knew what was up. Jim West. Let me see who else. Eric Daniel. Nick Castellano. There we go. Thank you for your support, brother. Those of you that donated, Dennis Hernandez and Analia. I don't know if she was on the broadcast. So we've had a great night tonight. Gabino Barrera. Nice to have you here tonight. We will be back. Let me see. We will be back here on Friday. Oh, time's moving so quickly these days. STJ, there we go. We missed you earlier. We remember what we want to remember. Wish I could remember. We all have photogenic memory, my friend. We just have to learn how to execute it. We all have photogenic memory. All right. By the way, just going to put the word out. Those of you that are interested in Android lure. There we go. Make sure I acknowledge you. Thanks for being here. And Tony Tron. I missed this one. I apologize. It's a good question. Can you tie spiritual warfare into addiction? Of course, there's a tie in there. At times, we must engage in proper spiritual warfare against our adversary. Well, we don't want to focus on the devil. I think a lot of people are blaming that. Flip Wilson said, the devil made me do it. Well, the devil doesn't make us do it. We make a decision and we do the sin ourselves. And so we have to be very, very careful. I know the Bible mentions these spiritual characters and they are real. I believe the angels, there are good angels and then there are bad angels. They're spirit beings, right? Some people think they're aliens. I do believe in that. So, but I don't focus on, I focus on bettering me and sharing the tools that God has given me, by grace. So thank you guys. I truly appreciate all of you guys for being on the broadcast, and I will be, I guess that was it. Luman. Soldiers of Self Mastery. The merch, our hoodies, t-shirts. We've had a few people that wanted some merchandise, so feel free to go to soldiersofselfmastery.com, and under programs, just click on the programs and you can check out some of the merch that's there. And it's all good. It's all going towards supporting the mission, my friends. Right? That's what it's all about, man. So I will see you guys. Superhero. Can I be your superhero? Hero. Superhero. Can I be your superhero? All right, my friends, until the next time, I will see you guys at the top on the inside, making every day or every night super fantastic, terrific, and over the top. And remember, your good life is going to come out of a good series of good, constant, positive reminders. Peace through strength. I will see you on my next episode on the inside at the very top, man. Every day. All right, guys. I will be on the text here for a few minutes.